After this resistance, possibly because of the difficulties now that Tata's encountered and the British government also did not want to get involved, till the independence, there were no further major dams which were constructed. After independence, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru declared that these dams were the temples of modern India, and a whole series of temples, so to say, began to be constructed. Amongst them was the Koyna Dam. Now, this is Krishna is the major river. Koyna is one of the main tributaries of Krishna, and it was the remotest, in a way, the remotest valley of Western Ghats, and with very high rainfall. And a hydroelectric project began to be constructed on Koyna. I believe it is yet even today the largest hydroelectric project of India. I had, at the age of 14, a very interesting conversation with my father, which was, so to say, beginning of my understanding of the environment development conundrum. There was some commission which was involved in these Maharashtra, or that time it was Bombay state, the irrigation, the hydroelectric project monitoring. My father, D.R. Gadgil, as Harihanji mentioned him, he was an economist. He was a member of the commission. I was his youngest son, and he enjoyed my company. I was 14 years old, 1956, and he took me along for the meeting of this commission. He said, "You must see Koyna Valley, and it's a lovely forest." As I mentioned, he was very fond himself of bird watching and in general of nature. He was a nature lover. And of course, at the same time, egalitarian economist. He was a very cheerful man normally. But in 56, as I said, that evening after the full day meeting of the commission, he looked at the dinner time very thoughtful. Indeed, he was obviously distraught. He told me, "Madhav, I really do not know how we should be going ahead today, because certainly we need this electrical power to drive further India's economic development and industrialization, but quite unnecessarily, there is obvious large-scale destruction of forest going on here, which could have been avoided. And more so also, there is this great injustice being done to the local communities, injustice which should never be done. They should be treated well, they should be compensated, they should be rehabilitated. This is not at all being thought of, not at all being attended to. So as I said, I began to think of this environment development issues with this intervention. Interestingly enough now, 1956, you imagine, even today, the refugees from Koyna project have not been rehabilitated. They have not been compensated all these years later. It so happened that, as Gurdas mentioned, I did a lot of field work with my anthropologist friend Kailash Malhotra. Part of that field work involved these pastorals living on the hilltops of Maharashtra, amongst them Koyna.